What's up, YouTube? Chunk Kids are back, and we're going to be showing you how we went from this to this.
Amazing!
Alright, so we just finished disassembling the bed. It's kind of a pain in the butt because there's a lot of screws and the wood was super heavy. Next step is we're going to go ahead and rip out all the carpet. Alright, so to remove the carpet, all we did is I grabbed these channel locks, pinched this up, and you just start pulling. Once it comes off, you'll see these nails there. So basically you just pull it up, and it's really easy to get going once you have that done. See? And then you want to try to catch these kids and throw them under the carpet. Alright, since this carpet is ginormous, all I'm going to do is fold it over, take my little razor, and then cut it so it's easier to work with.
Watch the nails.
Pull hard. Pull up.
Both hands.
Rah! Oh, good job. Yeah, you can try. Hurry. Pull up hard. Pull.
Both hands. Go.
Good job, guys. Alright. Alright, so the carpet is out. Now we're removing all the foam padding. It's just attached with glue, so all you have to do is take a scraper later on and take all that adhesive off. Alright, so when it comes to removing these little wooden boards with the nails, this is what holds the carpet in place. We just have this long scraper, and what you do is you see where the nails are, the big nails going into the concrete. You just go and hit it a couple times and you pry it up and it pops right off. So hit it a couple times, oops, pry, and it comes up. Boom. Alright, so the carpet and the padding is up. We went ahead and removed all of these strips that hold the carpet in place. So now all that we have to do is scrape up all of this glue and residual padding. So that should be a lot of fun. Alright, so we pulled up the carpet, scraped all the glue. I vacuumed it. What do you guys think of the new floor?
I love it.
Yeah, you love it?
It's kind of messy.
Yeah. Should we put tile on it or just leave it like this?
Tile on it.
Okay. O
O
L. Alright, cool. Good job, guys.
Can I go?
Sure. Know how to make a unicorn?
Yeah. I don't know how to make a dinosaur.
Alright. Now I'm going around the perimeter. I'm taking my scraper and removing all the overspray from when they painted the house. Bob's going across the room and using a jam saw or undercut saw to create a small gap where the tiles can slide underneath the baseboard. I'm following him with my vacuum and just trying to suck up as much of the wood dust as I can. Now I'm going around with a pointer and I'm trying to scrape out all the particles left over from the saw. And again, taking my vacuum and trying to clean up everything as much as possible. Now I'm going around and sanding the entire room, roughening up the surface so that the fracture guard has a surface to stick to. Having the vacuum hose attached to the sander came in really handy. There was hardly any dust at all. Applying fracture guard is the final step in the preparation of the floor. You can also use this paper or synthetic film. They have vinyls. Basically, this is important because the concrete is always shifting, and as the floor moves, it tends to crack. So if you apply this barrier, it's going to prevent the crack from transferring over to the tile.
That went pretty smooth. Yeah.
Now we're snapping lines so we have a guide on where to lay the tile and to make sure everything is nice and square. So Bob's checking the placement here and it looks like it's perfect. Fortunately, most of the cuts were nice and straight, so we didn't have to use our tile saw. I'm using the ruby here to make the straight cuts, but once we get towards the bathroom, there's two cuts that are roughly 90 degrees. So for that, instead of using the table saw or the tile saw, we used a Makita Grinder with a diamond blade. Bob's doing a initial dry set so we can figure out the cuts that we're going to need. And as you can see, he's working faster than he's ever worked before. He's had like 3 cups of coffee already, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's looking good. There's that corner cut that I was talking about. There's going to be one on the left and one on the right. There's the ruby, some supplies. Here I have the grinder, Makita Grinder with the diamond blade. I'm going not all the way to the corner, but you can see where we drew that line out. We'll go on both sides, and once I make it to that line, I'll just tap it against the table and it'll fall right off. And the reason we didn't have to make a perfect 90-degree angle is because it's going to be sliding right underneath the baseboard there. So here we're taking the dry set tiles, setting them aside so we can get ready for Bob to lay the thin set and start laying the first row. The process here is pretty much same across the entire room. He's laying the thin set. He's making sure everything is flush. And there we had to pull that tile out because the floor was uneven. But the thin set sucked that tile up and it broke, so we had to make another cut. No big deal. That fit much better. We're using 1/8 inch spacers. And basically we're just doing the same thing across the entire room. We're getting really close to being done. This is the part that gets really exciting. We can see what the floor is going to look like. Thankfully, Bob's been working really quickly. Got this floor done in like 4 minutes so far. He tried to give up a few times, but the Chung kids were encouraging him, so he did a great job. So we're coming up on the last few tiles here. After Bob laid the last tile, we had to decide on which grout color we wanted to go with. It's a Customs is the company. The grout color is called, what was it? Beached wood. That was the closest to the actual tile we wanted it to match, but when we actually laid it down, the color is a little bit lighter than we expected. But overall, we're really happy with how it turned out. Here is a picture of the bag. It's the Poly Blend Plus, made by Custom. It's the sanded grout for 1/8" joints. And again, it's bleached wood is the color. So we have 1 dirty bucket we'll use to mix and 2 water buckets. Bob's just going around using the grout, pouring it on the floor, and just kind of using the trowel to get it in the crevices. And for this room, we only had to buy 1 bag, and we had about 1/4 of the bag left over. And this is it covers 400 square feet. So after Bob goes and lays the grout, he goes back, he covers about half of the room, then he goes back and uses a sponge just to kind of get a lot of the grout off of the surface, but that step needs to be repeated several times to get all the haze off. Special thanks to Bob for doing this. He did all the tile work in this house and in our last house as well. Apparently this was hard, and he said this is the last tile job he's ever gonna do. It's so beautiful watching Bob spread the grout. It almost looks like he's doing a dance. All right, we finished the floor. You can see there are a few spots that are still wet. There's a little bit of haze left over, so we went ahead and wiped that down. Now we have to put our massive bed back in here. We did take down those beige curtains. We put some white ones up. It really brightens up the room. We ordered the other side because we like these, so they should be here next week. Also, we're gonna get some white zebra blinds, and we'll make another video on that and the install. But yeah, we really like how it turned out. Oh, on this section, we're gonna do another built-in fireplace, just like we did in the living room. And it's gonna have some hidden storage as well. So this is the fireplace that we built in our living room. I'll probably do another one of these beams as well. And instead of the tile though, we're gonna be drywalling with some color just to make it look like concrete. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Hope to see you guys on the next one.